Good afternoon, everyone. Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, Meteorologist Andrew Salmon also with me. We want to give you a weather update as we are anticipating some strong to perhaps severe thunderstorms to move into portions of our area late this afternoon, mainly into the evening hours. We have to await a cold front before we see our storm threat and our severe weather potential to come to an end. Purpose here is just to give you a weather update on what is going on for us here on this Monday afternoon. After having a warm weekend, very comfortable air as well, it's all changing for today, and this is not our typical spring type severe weather setup that East Texas is used to seeing, and that's why we are wanting to make sure that you are aware and informed. We have the potential of some very large hail that could occur and some of the thunderstorms that will pass through our area. Let me first start with what we're seeing outside right now. This is our Tyler Tower cam, and you can notice that we have some cloud breaks. The sunshine today, when we're dealing with the severe weather setup, is not our friend. That is aiding in not just the warming that we're seeing, but it's also going to aid in the potential for some of these stronger storms to develop, and all modes of severe weather are at play. Yes, including the chance for a tornado, but the primary concern is going to be some large hail. Let's look at where we stand right now. It's 71 degrees from Tyler Pounds, a sustained south wind at 17, and wind gusts close to 25 miles an hour. Just looking at all this, you would say, well, it doesn't look like it's anything too significant, especially when Andrew shows you a little bit later just the dew points that we have outside. But unfortunately, it is not looking very good for us later on. Long view camera, more clouds, especially off to the east. So a good picture, a good vantage point to help us understand what is going on. Your current temperature is 69. It definitely is warm. A south and southeast wind. No gusts reported from the East Texas Regional Airport at this current moment. Other temperatures are around 70. Notice the warmer numbers out to the west, 72 Palestine, 73 Crockett. Waco, I cannot imagine 80 degrees right now, near 80, I should say, with this strong southerly and the southeast wind. And that wind is a big part of what we're dealing with in this forecast. These are the surface winds, anywhere between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. And of course, the farther west you go, the higher these winds are. Not just here at the surface, but we're also looking in the upper levels as well. This is where I want to bring in meteorologist Andrew Salmon. Andrew, we are looking at things not just here at the surface, but all throughout the atmosphere. And this brings us to our risk of severe weather for later on today.
That's right, Marcus. Not only do we need the setup at the surface, but also everything that happens in the upper levels of the atmosphere is really important when it comes to severe weather and severe weather forecasting. So when we look at the upper levels of the atmosphere, what we are looking for is something called a shortwave trough. You can see how the wind pattern forms this U shape from Colorado through the state of Texas and then upwards towards Arkansas and Missouri. This is the upper level energy that helps to create those strong to severe thunderstorms. So we'll continue to see this upper level energy move across the area, and that's when the rain showers and thunderstorms will really start to develop. Once this upper level energy gets closer to our East Texas counties, we're going to have some strong winds aloft from the southwest, bringing in some warm air as well. And then as we head throughout your Monday evening, we'll be watching this piece of energy here move across East Texas, and that'll provide some of the lift for those thunderstorms, where we'll be watching for the possibility of a few severe thunderstorms. Of course, 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, we'll even get an upper level low pressure system develop, but by that point the rain will be pushing off into Louisiana, and this upper level low crosses over us, which will keep some small rain chances into the day on a Tuesday. So that's what's going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Let's take it back to the surface now. So when we typically see these severe thunderstorms, you can kind of step outside and almost feel like there's severe weather coming because it's usually very muggy outside. But if you step out right now, it's actually quite comfortable. Dew points at the surface are sitting out in the 50s. You can see in the green down towards the Texas coast to Louisiana, where the dew points are actually in the 60s. So typically we do see those dew points in the 60s when we get severe weather. However, dew points in the 50s can still lead to severe thunderstorms. But right now, the highest dew point here locally is Lufkin with a dew point of 57. Again, the dew point, remember, measures how dry the air is. So once you get in those 50s, it starts to get a little bit more humid, but it's not really until the 60s and especially the 70s dew points where we really start to feel humid out there. But with these dew points in the 50s, you can still get thunderstorms that are rooted above the surface, called upper level thunderstorms here. And those could be big hail producers due to some cold air aloft. Let's bring back in Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bagwell to talk a little bit more about the threats that we are going to see here locally.
Yeah, Andrew, this is a good reason to explain why this setup is not a very common one here in East Texas. We don't have the upper 60 dew points coming in play. So this is more of a hail threat that is coming. Let me show you the outlook. This is what we've shown you for the last couple of days. Storm Prediction Center has all of our area under the slight risk. That is a level 2 out of the 5 scale, marginal in green. We have not seen this upgraded at all. Probably not going to change much. This is because the conditions are there for a few scattered severe thunderstorms. This is not a widespread event, but certainly the potential is there for everybody to see perhaps a strong to severe storm. The conditions are ripe for that. The hail probability today, a 15% chance anywhere in yellow. That would be about a 25-mile point from anywhere where we could see that threat for some hail. But I want to show you one other graphic. This is the area of significant hail where the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting in purple. So essentially locations, let's say from 259 to the west, and I would say especially in areas west of Highway 69, this is where we could be looking at maybe some of the greater potential of some larger hail. And that's what we're going to highlight here in just a moment. What we've noticed from the Storm Prediction Center now is that they are saying a weather watch is likely for a good part of East Texas, especially I would say from Highway 69 back to the west, because the storms are going to initiate somewhere along Interstate 35 or 35E and then work their way into the area. What we're saying here is that wind and hail threat to increase as storms develop, and a tornado or two definitely cannot be ruled out. All right, let's walk you through FutureCast. Just want to give you a general overview. This is the model that you would see on the East Texas Storm Team app, so you can check it there as well. By 5 o'clock, we're starting to see the beginning stages of some thunderstorms begin to develop. The ones that form initially individually will have the greatest threat for significant hail, also the threat for damaging wind gusts, and another concern being the risk for an isolated tornado. That's why we've got to be on guard for all of this over the next few hours. There's 7 o'clock. We still have individual cells ongoing. One of the downsides for us getting this extra hour of daylight is the extra hour of daylight. It adds some additional fuel for these storms to work with. The cold front still back out to the west, but we've got these individual storms that form before that front. And then as we get to 9, 10 o'clock tonight, just ahead of the cold front, then we've got another line of thunderstorms. All modes of severe weather here on this line, but mainly a damaging wind threat and an isolated tornado concern as the line moves through. And this will work its way to the east as we get into the late evening, into the overnight hours. So as we go into early on Tuesday morning, we still have some storms even down toward Toledo Bend. Probably damaging wind threat being the primary concern there. And then after about 3 or 4 a.m., the threat is over. Now, there are some lingering wraparound showers that will come through, but it doesn't look like those will be severe because we are in the colder air at this point. Definitely a lot of clouds for tomorrow, maybe a passing shower or two, but it doesn't look like it's anything too significant coming our way. Since we're talking about the risk of hail being the primary concern, I want to show you here the hail potential as we progress into the evening. The areas in purple that you see representing the potential that we could have some hail that will fall. How much in size? Well, that remains a question. A severe criteria, it requires at least 1-inch hail. We'll talk more about that here in just a moment, but there you can notice that the hail threat will remain even as we go into the early morning hours on Tuesday. For more on the hail sizes and what we can do to stay prepared, let me send it back over to Andrew.
All right, so here's a look at our hail size chart here. Again, severe is 1/4 inch, or size of a quarter. It's 1 inch in diameter, which is the size of a quarter. That is the initial criteria for severe thunderstorms. That is what most severe thunderstorms do have, but with the ingredients that we have in place with this system, we could see even larger hail, potentially as big as ping pong ball, which is about 1.5 inches in diameter, and maybe upwards of 2 inches, which is between a golf ball and a tennis ball. So again, that hail can do some serious damage. Now, on the bigger scale, you have a baseball and softball. We're not really expecting hail that large, which is good news. So I think max, it's slightly bigger than a golf ball, is the potential hail size that we will see out of this storm. So again, some of the things that you keep in mind with these large hail threats, you definitely want to be inside if there is a large hail falling for obvious reasons to protect yourself, and then also stay away from windows. Hail does have a tendency, once it falls, to bounce as well, and could actually bounce into windows. So you'll want to stay inside and stay away from windows as well. If you have a car garage or something like that, I would take your car in just in case. It doesn't take that large hail, especially if you're driving, to cause some windshield damage. So keep that in mind as well. So again, large hail is a concern going forward with this system, and it does look to be the primary threat due to the elevated nature of some of these storms that we will be seeing. Those isolated supercells in particular have the greatest chance of seeing large hail, because there is a very strong updraft downdraft combination there that allows the hail to develop larger and larger in size before it gets heavy enough to fall out of the clouds. So large hail is something that we will be watching for very closely throughout the rest of these evening hours. But again, damaging wind gusts also possible, and then a brief tornado as well also cannot be ruled out with this system. So again, we'll be continuing to keep an eye on this as we head throughout the rest of the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep an eye on all this hail. I mean, we're used to seeing some of the smaller size hail. The last time we had significant hail, it was tennis ball size. That was back in January. The storm that went through Longview over into Harrison County had some very large hail. It was officially reported as tennis ball size there back over in West Harrison County. So we definitely need to watch for this very carefully. So if you're concerned about that, got to get your car under a carport or something like that. That is probably a good idea. So in the next couple of hours, we will get that weather watch that will come out. There's no question some of us will be placed under that. There was a question asked whether it's going to be a severe or a tornado watch. Yet to be seen here at this point. I mean, they could go with the tornado watch just more as a precaution, but it's probably more so of a severe thunderstorm threat. So I don't want to play what they're going to show, but it's one of those two. That's what we definitely know that could take place. So once we get that, you'll definitely be notified on the KATK app and on our East Texas Storm Team app as well. So Andrew and I will be here as we go throughout the evening. Thanks for taking time to join us. We are right back at 4 o'clock. So 30 minutes on KATK, and we have live stream of every newscast over on KATK and Fox51.com. Have a good afternoon. Stay safe if you got to be out on the roads.